Hello, everybody, and welcome to our next session today. To introduce myself, so I am Dan Cunningham. I am a team lead on the client strategy team here at Attentive, and very excited to have Woo Kim with me today, who is a senior director of e-commerce over at Aerosoles. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the conversational strategy that Aerosoles has used and how that's really assisted in creating a much more personalized experience for their subscribers as those users are just joining their SMS program. So would love to kick it over to Woo to talk a little bit more about Aerosoles as a brand.
Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here. A little background on Aerosoles. So Aerosoles is a women's comfort footwear brand since 1987. And we really want to be pioneers in providing shoes that deliver superior comfort, support, flexibility, and fit. And our major goal is to create innovative products, and not compromise on style and quality. And we really also want to strive for that comfort piece, just kind of feels great and looks great too, which I think has become significantly more valuable to consumers across the board as of late. So it's really important for us to be able to deliver relevant content and offers to our SMS subscribers. Shopping for shoes is incredibly personal, right? Everyone has their own style. They're looking for something different when it comes to footwear. So we really want to leverage our text channel to be, a way for our subscribers to find what they want and find what they need, whether they're just browsing or if they're ready to buy now. One of our goals is to start learning about our subscribers' preferences as soon as they opt into our SMS program. And we want to know what their unique style is, and basically understand what they want from our text messages. And with those insights, we create targeted audience segments that allow us to tailor our campaigns and offer to our subscribers some specific interests, and ultimately to improve the customer engagement on the channel.
That's awesome. And next Woo, would love if you could talk a little bit about the kind of strategy that you took here for achieving some of those goals that you talked about of gaining insights on your customers and making sure you're delivering the most relevant content to them.
Yeah, so we actually created a conversational welcome journey that prompts new subscribers to tell us about their shoe style and text message preferences by answering a series of 3 questions. So each question asks them to respond using certain keywords, and we use those keywords to attach attributes to their subscriber profile later for segmenting. This allows us to really expand on our segmentation strategy because we can combine that information and data and what they've told us with the rest of the first-party data that we get to use in terms of our subscriber shopping habits for our SMS program.
All right, great. Well, let's take a look at what your welcome journey looks like in action here.
Yes, so our current sign-up incentive is 15% off. So the first text in our welcome series actually includes a dynamic coupon link, and subscribers can use that to just start shopping right away if they want. After that, they get our first conversational text message asking them, what type of shoes are they looking for? So right now the keywords are flats, boots, heels, or sandals. And essentially when they reply with that keyword, that information gets saved to their profile and then it triggers the next question.
Totally. And to give the audience some background too, before launching this journey, we also created and tied custom attributes to each one of these keywords. So 1 is the keyword for flats, 2 is the keyword for boots, 3 is the keyword for heels, and 4 is the keyword for sandals. So let's say a new subscriber replies with the number 3. In that case, heels is saved and associated with that subscriber as the custom attribute or preference, which we can use for segmentation and some of our messaging strategies later on. And then, as we've said, their reply with one of those keywords also triggers the next conversational text message in the series. All right, let's continue through the journey here. Woo, I'll let you talk through our next step here.
Perfect. So the next question that we ask is what colors they typically gravitate towards. So we ask, are you interested in neutrals, bright colors, metallics, or animal prints? And essentially, we're trying to get a general picture of someone's ideal shoe and shopping preferences. So it's essentially the same process as before. If someone replies with the keyword one, we'll know that they prefer neutral colors and so forth. And if we pair that with an example that Dan gave for the first question, we actually know what they typically buy or wear, right? So we can combine the first and the second question. So we know if someone prefers neutral tone boots, animal print flats, or metallic heels, or bright colored sandals. And essentially, there's many different attributes that we can collect for footwear: size, material, heel height. But why we, gravitated more towards asking color was essentially we wanted to capture data that was broad enough for segmenting perspective, right? You don't want to end up in a situation where you're hyper-focus segments and they're too small, but then also unique enough so you can actually deliver a level of personalization and our marketing messages are relevant to the subscriber.
Totally. That's awesome. And I think that brings us to the final question in the conversational part of your welcome series.
Yes. So with this welcome series, we realized we had an opportunity to find out if someone is subscribing to our SMS channel just because they want to hear about sales, or if they want to learn more about full price and new arrivals. So we can essentially, tap into kind of another layer of that personalization. And we, when we came up with this question, we analyzed our subscriber list and we did notice that there is an audience who mainly shops full price. And we're noticing that they essentially see what they like and they'd rather make sure that they get a pair of that style rather than run into a situation where, they might be waiting for too long to have it go on sale and then it ends up being sold out, which, tends to happen more frequently than not as of late with the supply chain issues, which many retailers are obviously dealing with at the moment. And then on the flip side, we have a percentage of our subscribers who largely convert by sales-driven messaging. And this is the audience that's price-driven, price-conscious, and they're more interested in finding a good deal. So ultimately, as our goal as our smart marketers is to deliver messages that are tailored to subscriber shopping behavior and preferences.
Yeah, and I think what's great about this question as well is that it indicates to new subscribers that you want to send them texts that they're actually interested in getting. It adds another layer to the two other product specific questions that you're asking, so that you not only have a good idea of the products on your site that they're interested in, but you also have a very well-rounded idea of their shopping habits too, and kind of can help you tailor the text messages that you want to send to each of these users.
Yeah, and then actually, after the series of those questions, we wait 24 hours and give these new subscribers some time to browse and hopefully make a purchase. If someone does make a purchase at that time, then obviously their welcome journey ends and they enter a post-purchase journey. But let's say someone doesn't make a purchase, we send them a reminder text about their 15% off coupon. And then we'll wait another 7 days. If someone still hasn't made a purchase, then we send them another reminder and some educational language as well, just to provide them, kind of guide them through that processing journey. And then essentially the journey ends for both purchasers and non-purchasers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and from my perspective, your welcome journey really provides new subscribers with two different kinds of value. I think the first is there's the immediate value of giving them that discount, giving them the 15% off of their first order. And then second, it's also the long-term value. So the first experience a new subscriber has with your brand via SMS is interactive. And you're asking them directly about their personal preferences. So you're setting the expectation early on in that customer relationship that you're going to send them texts that are relevant and texts about the shoes and the offers that they actually want. Great. So yeah, next, let's talk a little bit about how this welcome journey that we've run through here plays into your overall segmentation strategy and how that's used for messages later on.
Yeah, so part of the approach behind our conversational welcome series was being able to take the insights from the responses and combine them with our existing subscriber data, specifically around how they're interacting with our website and our products. For example, we created segments where we take that class preference attribute from the welcome journey, right? They were talking about you can use a keyword for flats, boots, heels, or sandals, and add other criteria. So we use things like when the subscriber last engaged with a text message, or if they recently viewed a product in that category or added the item to the cart. We leverage this information that we collect from our conversational series to send messages around price drops, SMS exclusive flash sales tied to categories or color affinities when we launch new styles, or just when we want to create some urgency around limited styles or colorways, because, in those essence, because of the global supply chain issue, it does take a longer time to restock things. So it's a good way to send segmented and personalized messaging through that information that was collected.
Absolutely. And we do have a couple examples here of personalized messages that you've sent using some of these custom preferences that you've collected. So would love if you could take us through these as well, Will.
Definitely. So on the left, you'll actually see the text message that we sent during our Cyber Week promo this past holiday. And it went to our 90-day engaged segment for flat shoppers. So it includes any of our subscribers that had flats as their class preference, and then who have also browsed or added to cart any of our products tagged with flats. Someone qualifies for this segment also if they've clicked through one of our messages in the last 90 days, in addition to flats being their class preference. This way, we're providing relevant messages to an audience that's engaged with our SMS marketing. And then on the right, you'll see we have our sales shoppers segment, and it's set up in a similar way, except someone has to view or add a product to their cart with the tag sale. And then their message preferences is to receive texts about sales.
Great. And yeah, even beyond the messages that we've covered based off of customer preferences, I also wanted to take a quick look at a few of the segments that you use on a regular basis beyond that. Since your segmentation strategy is very comprehensive and one of the best that I've seen. So something you've done that I think is good to highlight here and is unique is you've created these different tiered segments. So you can see, the audience can see here, there's those tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 engagement segments. Can you tell us a little bit more about these segments and how you use them in your messaging?
For sure. So we use, consistently, we use 3 different dynamic segments that categorize engagement based on how recently someone has engaged with us. So we do the 30, 60, 90-day engaged. And for us, we define engaged as subscribers who clicked a link, viewed a product, added to cart, or made a purchase. And our strategy behind this really came from the fact that our assortment is very large. So we have new arrivals, limited restocks, different promos going on at the same time. So it's very easy to fall into a position where you're sending too many messages to too many people. So our 30, 60, 90-day strategy was to help us stay organized and allow us to really optimize our revenue per send. And in terms of the differences, we view our 30-day engaged segment as really going out to our brand loyalists. They're interested in hearing about the latest that might not always be product or sales driven. And then on the opposite end, we view our 90-day engaged segment as an audience who's, likely interested in hearing about bigger news or a sale or a highly anticipated restock.
Totally, that's awesome. And you also use segments to send campaigns to subscribers who've engaged with specific products and collections on your site. So we have a few more examples of those here and would love to hear a little bit more about these as well.
Yeah, so with these types of segments, we really narrow down on their particular styles that they're interested in. So we, for example, as you can see here, there's wedges with a wider fit, boots and shoes appropriate for the winter months, and then one of our driving loafers called Danny. So this is where we hone in on kind of that recommending curated collections, and at times even down to a specific style, all based on subscriber behavior. And we really think it's important to deliver that, attentive in-person experience, pun intended, that you can get in a store through our SMS marketing. And we basically want to mimic that experience. And especially right in our instance, when you have such a large assortment, it's very challenging for a user to come to our website and say, oh, right, like they're going through that shopping navigation on their own. And we leverage the SMS marketing channel as kind of our way to nurture their intent and guide them through that consideration process.
Totally. Thanks for those insights. And before we wrap up, would love to go into a few key takeaways I think we've shared during our session today.
Yes. So highly recommend using the welcome journey as an early opportunity to start a conversation and engage directly with new subscribers. And definitely experiment with two-way journeys to uncover unique customer insights that you can use to personalize your SMS strategy and create audience segments based on subscribers' preferences to send targeted messages that meet their specific needs. And the one key thing that really allows us as smart marketers through this functionality is that it's always important to kind of minimize friction and put yourself in the shoes of the subscriber. So when you make it a point to kind of think from their perspective, you'll really see the results.